Welcome to my presentation. In this presentation, we shall see real-world application problems related to fractions. So, let me take a very practical example this time, and let us say you want to fence a triangular lot of land which has the dimensions in terms of mixed numbers. So let me draw that figure here. Let us say we have a geometric figure in the form of a triangle like that, and then let us say the dimensions of this triangle are given to us as follows: 7 and 1/4 feet on one side, 13 and 1/2 feet on the other side, and then 11 3/4 feet on the third side. Let me write this a little better. So let me write that a little better here. So this one is 11 and 3/4 feet. This is the triangular lot we have, and we want to be able to fence it. We want to find out how much of fencing would we need for this triangular piece of lot. So this is a practical example. This is a very realistic example related to addition of fractions, isn't it? So as step number 1, if we want to find the amount of fencing we need, we're going to find the perimeter of this triangle. What is the perimeter? Let me write here. Perimeter is, we're going to add up all the sides. If I call this edge as A, this point as A, and this point as B, and this point as C, line segment AB plus line segment BC plus line segment CA, we're going to add up all these different sides. Those are called line segments, and we're going to therefore find the total length of fencing, and the total length of fencing is called perimeter in this particular geometric figure. So line segment AB is 7 and 1/4 feet plus the line segment BC is 13 and a half feet, and then the line segment CA is 11 and 3/4 feet. So therefore these are all mixed numbers. Once we add up all these numbers, we are going to get a value, and that is the amount of fencing we would require for this triangular piece of land. So in step number 2, let us convert these mixed numbers into improper fractions and then find a common denominator and then simplify it. So let's start the process. In the first mixed number, we have 7 in the denominator. So we 4 in the denominator. We take the number 4 in the denominator, multiply to the number on the side, which is 7, add the numerator value to it, and then divide it by the number 4. Plus, in the second mixed number, we have 2 in the denominator. We take the 2 and then multiply to the number on the side, and then add the value which is in the numerator, and then divide it by the number in the denominator, which is 2. In the third expression, we have 4 in the denominator multiplied to the number on the side, which is 11, plus the number what we have in the numerator is 3. The whole expression is divided by 4. So when we simplify this, it comes out as follows. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 1 is 29 divided by 4. Let me write this a little better. So this is going to be 29 divided by 4, plus 2 times 13 is 26, plus 1 is 27 divided by 2, plus 4 times 11 is 44, plus 3 is 47 divided by 4. As we can see, we need to find a common denominator for the numbers 4, 2, and 4. 4 is a multiples of 2, therefore in here, if I were to make a small note here, the least common multiple for the numbers 4, 2, and 4 is going to be equal to 4. So the least common multiple for the denominators 4, 2 and 4, or the numbers 4, 2 and 4 is equal to 4. Therefore now we are ready to find a common denominator for these numbers. So I'm going to write it as a next step, step number 3. We take the first improper fraction 29 over 4, and then I'm going to multiply and divide by 1. It is not going to change the denominator, but we have a common denominator of 4 now. I'm going to take the second improper fraction, which is 27 over 2, and I'm going to multiply and divide that by 2, and therefore the common denominator now is going to be equal to 4. Then in the third fraction, I'm going to improper fraction I have is 47 over 4, and I'm going to multiply and divide by 1 here. Since we have the denominator 4, I need to just multiply by 1, or if I did not do anything, it would be still 4 as a common denominator. Now we are ready to multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. So the way we do that is as follows. So in here we multiply the numerators. 29 times 1 is 29, divided by 4 times 1 is 4, plus 27 times 2 is going to be equal to 54 divided by 4, plus 47 times 1 is 47, divided by 4 times 1 is 4. So the common denominator we have is 4, and we combine the numerator parts. I have 29 plus 54 plus 47. So when we add up all these numbers, we're going to come up with a value equal to 130 divided by 4. So 130 divided by 4 is in its improper fraction format, but if we want to be able to write it out in terms of a mixed number, we can do that. I'm going to write that as a next step here. Step number 4, I have 130, and then I need to divide it by 4. I'm going to resort to this long division process. If I take 130 and divide it by 4, I'm going to recall my 4 times table. 4 times what number is equal to or less than 13? 4 times 3 is equal to 12. When I subtract 12 from 13, I'm left with 1. So I have a 0 next to this, so therefore I'm going to borrow the 0 here. And then I'm going to repeat the process one more time. 4 times what number is equal to or less than 10? 4 times 2 is equal to 8, and therefore when I subtract 8 from 10, I'm left with 2. Therefore 130 divided by 4, I can write this as 32 2 over 4, right? I can write it as 32 2 over 4. I can simplify this some more as follows, isn't it? 2 and 4 are 4 is multiples of 2, so I can write this one as 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. Therefore I can also write this one out as 32 1 over 2. Let me write this a little clear. I can write this one as 32 1/2, like that. Therefore the amount of fencing we need for this triangular piece of land we have, which is right there, is the triangular piece which has sides 7 and 1/4 feet, 13 and 1/2 feet, 11 and 3/4 feet. The amount of fencing we need is 32 and 1/2 feet of fencing we would need to cover that triangular piece of land. So that is the way we want to be able to apply these types of problems to addition or subtraction of fractions. In my next presentation, we shall see more real-world application problems related to fractions.